right, welcome back to another review, Average FC review, an Average FC player. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a little comparison here between Drogba and Thierry Henry. Keeping in mind, I played 5 games with Drogba, 4 with Henry, so we're not exactly on an even sort of comparison here. In addition, Henry I played as a winger versus Drogba, who I played straight up the middle. That being said, there's so many strikers available right now that I think playing Henry on the wing, you'll find. I mean, again, if even if you are going to do Drogba and Henry, you're more likely to end up with Henry on the wing and Drogba in the middle. So I think this is probably fairly representative of how a good chunk of people are going to use them. But anyways, that's the sort of disclaimer before this review. So we'll start with Drogba. I like this card. I'm gonna do it very slowly. You got like 60 days, so why not? It comes in at about 1,000,000 coins. I played him on a hunter. He ends up being controlled lengthy, and he comes with the 3 playstyle pluses: quick step, the aerial, and low driven shot. All very good, although I've heard some complaints about not having Trivella base for the low driven shot. I don't know that I've noticed the combination of low driven and Trivella, but if that's something you're concerned with, note that Drogba does not have it. But besides missing that, I think he has everything that he needs, especially for a 6'2" sort of lengthy, taller, stronger player. He's got the first touch, press proven, all the acceleration playstyles, quick step, technical. What is this one? I always forget. Rapid. And the shooting playstyles that you want: finesse and power shot. So all in all, I think from a stats perspective, a really good card. Let's compare this with Thierry Henry's playstyles, and let's just take a look quickly. Thierry Henry also coming in at 6'2", controlled lengthy on a hawk. Difference here is 4-star 4-star instead of 4-star 5-star or vice versa. Uh, Pace is a little bit faster on Henry. Shooting better on Drogba. Passing a lot better on Henry. Also, why you can probably play him on the wing a little bit better. Uh, Dribbling about the same, and Drogba ahead on physical. I don't really care about defense. So we scored 5 goals, 1 assist with Henry, again, even though he was on the wing. 7 goals, 2 assists with Drogba. Let's check out the playstyles for Henry. So likewise, he's got a good set of playstyles. All of the pace ones, so quick step, rapid. He's got rapid plus and technical. He also comes in with low driven. Again, Henry he's got 11 total playstyles, but only 2 playstyle pluses. Trivella and low driven, if that's important to you, and finesse and trickster if you want to do the trickster fake shot. So again, I think this is going to come down to personal preference. I say if you can afford the fodder, especially over TOTS, do both. They're both really good cards, and they can both be used together if you are so inclined. Roles, I think they both play advanced forward plus plus. Yeah, that's what most people care about. They have almost identical striker roles, with the one difference being that Drogba's got poacher plus plus. Okay, we drilled down to the attributes. Again, you can see we kind of did the comparison, but the main thing, finishing is a little bit better on Drogba. Shot power quite significant. The passing is significantly in favor of Henry. How I found these, hard to say which one is better. I think if you learn how to use Drogba, he's a really good card, and you'll see from the from the clips. But that aerial is really useful for winning balls. And I've noticed this. I got Blanc or Blanc on defense. I got lucky in a pack, and I've found that the aerial. I haven't had any defenders with aerial plus this year really, other than Virgil, which I used at the very beginning of the game. Maybe aerial is very useful for those contested headers. So either controlling the ball when you're feeding it up to the striker, or even on defense when you're trying to win a header. Blanc on defense wins most of those. And I found the same thing with Drogba with his jumping and the addition of that playstyle plus. But the thing with Drogba that you really want to note is his ability to get those runs off. So once he's gone, he is gone. The quick step is very noticeable on his card, especially for his size. So again, you know how to use him. This is a great card. If I had to choose between the two, and I was only playing them at striker, I would probably take Drogba just because there's a little bit of difference there compared to a lot of the other strikers. I don't really have any strikers that I can think of that have the same sort of feeling as Drogba. I have CR7. I haven't noticed the same responsiveness on the quick step. He has rapid plus, but haven't noticed the same kind of acceleration that you get with Drogba. So for me, that's unique. But again, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these. Ideally, you do both, and you're happy. You can play both of them at the same time. Maybe you play a 4-2-4 or something, and you throw in CR7 as well. Anyways, let's jump into the clips. All right, so we'll start with Henry clips first. You can see he was playing in a lineup. I think at this point I had the Hullet loan, so we had a pretty good squad. Both of them played in the 4-2-1-3. He went up against, is that Blanc and Gabriel in this first match, so pretty tough defense for Thierry Henry playing on that wing. But again, he was prolific. Uses his physicality there. In good positions. Good pace from him. Cut inside, finesse it. Didn't quite go in, but again, that's probably more me and the angle that I took that shot. There's a low driven. So again, if you want that low driven, I think that might have even been a Trivela low driven. Thierry Henry does it incredibly well, and he has the other play styles that you want from a striker, so you can use him either at wing. I do appreciate the flexibility that Henry has. You see a bit of that acceleration there. You'll see Drogba's is definitely noticeably faster. And there's another low-driven finish from Henry. I mean, again, this was maybe about a week ago or so I don't know. It seems like maybe the low-drivens are not as OP as they were, so they might have patched these, but just letting everyone know that if that's changed.
Well, he's certainly not alone. Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising.
Couldn't get through with the skill move there. I think his skill moves, he's good. Again, you're still working with 4-star. There's the acceleration, a bit of a fake shot, a stop. I think I might have tried. I was trying for the low driven, but didn't quite work out there. That's a Suarez goal, but it comes from some effort from Thierry Henry there.
Spartans moving the ball forwards. What can they do from here? Oh, surely.
Unfortunate. Couldn't get that in. Nice through ball and a good low-driven finish for him there.
Well, as you can see from the replay, inspiration for one of those players out on the pitch. What a finale we've got.
And another finish for Thierry Henry. Again, if you want a striker, this guy will do a job very nicely. Finishes 2 goals, I think, so far in that match.
The fans just urging them forward in the hope of a winner.
To take the lead.
And
Oh my goodness!
perhaps a game winner from Thierry Henry. I think that was on his weak foot, so again, not too shabby. I think you can rely on this guy to finish. I think it was the game winner. So there, I think you've got Henry playing with Dembele. So again, you got the French links to work with, which may be a little bit easier than Drogba's Ivory Coast links.
The Spartans did well to regain control of the ball.
As far as finds Henry, there's the rapid kicking in. Again, good movement from him. Just great layoff from Henry, and further shows why he can be used on the wing. So just showing the lineup that we played him in: Henry, 4 goals, 5 assists. Switching back to Drogba now, we played him as striker, as I said, and he played between Gervinho and Caroline Graham Hansen up front, going up against Desai and I want to say Cannavaro? Yeah, Cannavaro. There's that sprint boost leading. I mean, I should have finished that to be quite frank. I mean, that's the sprint. Like, it's immediately noticeable with him, and that's probably because of the lengthy. Again, another one that he's able to use to finish this time. Probably a harder goal to finish actually, but you definitely see that with Drogba. His passing is fine, nothing special. Certainly doesn't move as fluidly, I would say, as Henry, likely due to body type. Great pass from Gervinho, and I'll give myself a plus for setting up that run. Another, I'd say, relatively easy finish for Drogba. You can see some of his dribbling there. I mean, it's not against a good player who presses you. He's not somebody you want to hold on to the ball with for very long. There's that sprint boost again, and that's my own finishing. I didn't time that well, so that probably should have been another goal for Drogba. But you can see if you time it right, that quick step, the L1 sprint boost works like really well with him. Again, he's through there. I probably should have finished that, but again, my finishing. This is an average like FIFA player. Finishing is weak. I struggle with that sometimes. There's the sprint boost being really abused there. He gets some luck, but can't finish. But yeah, you can see like if I'm a little bit better with him, I'd probably add in another couple of goals. He makes a nice pass there to get an assist. So this was his total after the 4 matches. And again, for the final match, we threw in a Cole Palmer evolution. So just for context on who he was playing with, a little bit of a difference there. Drogba, again, the quick step, L1 sprint boost, he's away. Should have gone near post there. That's the actual human player, not him more than anything. There's some decent dribbling. Once he does get away with that boost, if they guess incorrectly, they move their player the wrong way. He gets an easy finish like that. And a little bit more with Drogba, but otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and comparison, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.